All right, we're off, and Grief to start the game, pitching Death Shadow. Looks like the hand is revealed. Shardless Agent, Misty Rainforest, Lorien revealed. Looks like Violent Outburst, Elvish Spirit Guide, Fire Ice, and Crashing Footfalls. Guess you have to take Violent Outburst here, or I don't know.
Which land do you want to take?
Could take Elvish Spirit Guide, actually. Okay, goes for Lorien revealed.
Okay.
AP says everyone needs to be worried about the content at all times. It will lead to content fatigue for the Players Oregon. Yes, shout out to the Players Oregon. Thank you for everything you've done for us. And we'll see you soon. We'll see you soon. Let's see what the follow-up is here for Luis. Are there Doomsday players? Yeah, I just played against Doomsday at an event last Friday. There's a few people that run Doomsday. Haven't seen it much recently, though. And as most of you know, and I mean this in no disrespectful way whatsoever to the Doomsday players out there, but I set up the cameras at the top tables at events, and I just don't see Doomsday at the top tables, keeping it real. I don't know what happens to the Doomsday players, but they've been sinking in the standings, as far as I can tell.
Pretty good. Yep. No response.
Yeah, but we saw Nick Fit. I mean, some of these events are very short, right? 3 rounds, 4 rounds. So we get to see some Brews, we get to see some Doomsday, we get to see some Nick Fit, whatever. But yeah. All right, Shardless Agent hits the stack. We're going to Cascade. We're going to find probably Crashing Footfalls.
Trigger, so I search. Right. Comes to hand. And then your turn.
There it is, Crashing Footfalls.
Casting is fine.
It's going to resolve, and Luis will make 2 Rhinos. All right, a Bowmaster on end step. First Bowmaster of today's live stream. Exciting. An Orc Army enters. Pass the turn. So 10 power on the board for Luis, 2 for Herman. But let's remember, folks, these Death Shadow decks can put some really big creatures on the board, like Death Shadow, that could turn things around. Will we see Doctor Who Stompy again? Yes, we have some in the queue, so stay tuned. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, stay tuned there as well. Ghost Whisperer is late for the stream. That's not really okay with me, but Grief is going to take Fire Ice. Okay.
Swamp Cycle? Yep. I'm gonna draw.
Swamp Cycle, Troll of Khazad-dûm. Again, Death Shadow can put some really big creatures on the board. Troll of Khazad-dûm is another one. Troll of Khazad-dûm, Death Shadow. Yeah, Dom, absolutely right, though. Scary hand for Luis, though. Double Cascade spell, Violent Outburst, and Shardless Agent in hand. And there's also a Crashing Footfalls on Suspend as well. Attack it for 10. The Bowmasters will double block. Herman will go down to 10. Well, we'll go down to, yeah, 10 after taking 8 damage. Passing the turn. Luis didn't have a third mana, possibly. Could have a Spirit Guide. Ooh, Wasteland pretty good here. Wasteland pretty good. Takes out the Taiga.
During your end step, I'm gonna take a look.
Yeah, sure.
This one's from your hand.
Which one?
Attack step. Oh, sorry. These are in your hand, right?
No.
All right, down to 2. Plays a Wasteland, passes the turn. All right, game 1 goes to Luis. If there's anyone that could figure out how to beat this Cascade Rhinos deck with Death Shadow, it's Herman, I think. Wasteland, Cycle, Troll of Khazad-dûm. What do I think the fundamental turn in Legacy is? I don't know. That's a tough question.
Where do we animate Troll?
All right, here's a reanimate on Troll of Khazad-dûm. It looks like Luis had a Force of Will, but didn't bother using it. And a Force of Negation, possibly. All right, well, now everybody knows he has Force of Will.
So this one is going to be interesting.
What combat?
All right, the attack for 6 comes through. Luis down to 14. Now a fetch for Herman. Death Shadow, it's a 2/2 currently. Wasteland on Trop. Wastelands are pretty good against this Rhinos deck. You want to cut them off of mana if you can. They need 3 mana to function. Mr. Rainforest got cracked.
Right now we're in my end of second main.
Second man.
Yeah. Second main, yeah.
Okay, it's the second main.
Play Brazen Petty Theft. Right now.
Okay, Petty Theft on Troll of Khazad-dûm getting Daze, returning Watery Grave. Could be a way to grow Shadow later. Wax, thanks for the sub. Tier 1. Appreciate that. Force of Negation on Force of Will. So, the Troll of Khazad-dûm gets bounced after all.
That's it? Yep.
Wax says, first time catching you live. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you, did you find us on YouTube first, I'm assuming? Ghost says we have Legacy FNM tomorrow. Torn, what to play, 4-color tempo or Blue Moon? I say just go with the 4-color tempo if that's your thing. I don't know if Blue Moon is going to work. I'll be honest.
Have an adventure.
All right, going to game 3.
And the ambulance. Man, you should have seen something else.
Although to be fair, that's kind of what I...
All right, 1 card on the bottom for Herman, a mull to 6. Luis on the play with 7, plays a Taiga and passes the turn. All right, cracking a fetch. Watery Grave. We're doing it. We're doing the Death Shadow thing.
Let's hope for a nice starting and fast and powerful.
I'll cast a...
Oh, there it is. Stalactite Stalker, folks. Stalactite Stalker. Legacy staple? Maybe. If you've been watching some of our recent live streams, you may be convinced about Stalactite Stalker. We'll just say that. You may be convinced. We've converted some people into the Stalker lifestyle. Into the Goblin lifestyle, I would say. Into the Rogue lifestyle.
Okay, good.
Days on the fire, trying to take out this Stalactite Stalker. It's going to live.
I went 6-3 in the main one and finished like 50-ish or so.
All right, Herman's going to fetch. Trying to lower the life total with Watery Grave again. Bombardiers and Stalker and Painter? I don't know. Stalker is the Black Delver. Yeah, it's getting a lot of comparison to Delver, a creature that can... Whoa, don't put your deck on the other person's side and start pondering. Don't do that. It's getting compared to Delver in that it's an evasive creature with a, usually 3-ish power. But we've had games where it becomes like a 6/6 or whatever, and sacrifices itself to kill a Murktide or something. It might even be better than Delver. Charlotte's Agent. We're going to Cascade. Crashing Footfalls. Does Herman have a counterspell? Daze. All right. Things going well for Herman here in Game 3. Yes, and doesn't need the 23 instant sorcery count in the deck. You can build a deck with, all battles if you want, if that's your thing. Dom V says Stalker makes Delver look like a chump. Wow. AP making a point still doesn't pitch to Force. Yeah, that's true. Some discussion at the New York locals about Force of Despair in current Legacy as a good card to fight against the Goblins decks of the current format. Not Stalactite Stalker, the Goblins, the Red Goblins. It does pitch to Grief. Chili is absolutely right. Dom V says Delver is better versus Leyline of the Void, though. That's true. But I like when we have these things to consider. I like when we have options. I like when we have debate about which version of a deck is more optimal at the current moment, and it's unclear.
Brainstorm?
I like that. All right, Brainstorm. Herman with a 3/3 Stalactite Stalker on the battlefield currently.
Do you mind if I just read? So we're currently on.
So we are on a secret entrance. Then I can pick either Forge or Lost Well. Yes.
One card.
Sounds like people in the background are playing a board game. Charlotte's Agent attacking because it will not be able to block the Menace Stalker.
4 cards, right? 4 cards.
Yep. I Forge.
So you have to target.
All right, Watery Grave comes in, paying 2 life. Shadow. It's a 5/5. Pretty good. That'll be good against Rhinos. It'll be good against the Charlotte's Agent for sure. Attacking for 3 now. Luis, might need a way to... All right, it's island cycling here. Might need a way to beat Shadow more than anything right now.
I have no.
It's possible that Luis can cascade into Rhinos and then ice Shadow and attack or something like that. We'll see.
Combat this trigger.
In response to the trigger, I'm going to cut down this trigger.
Nice. So then we have this guy gets protection and it explodes.
Yeah.
So I reveal the top one. This one. And reveal the top card, put that card into your hand if it's a land card, otherwise.
Okay, found a land, a trop.
So it gets a +1/+1.
You get a counter regardless. Yeah, you can keep it on top.
And this one,
Stalactite Stalker currently a 3/3. Can't trade currently with a Rhino if it's needed. 5/5 Shadow. Not presenting lethal yet, but as most of you know, shadows can get big in a hurry. You know, fetch, shock, cycle, street wraith, that kind of thing. 4 mana, Minsk and Boo. Okay. Ah, it's getting dazed. Elvish Spirit Guide to pay for days. Okay. We got a game. Minsk and Boo will resolve. We're going to see a hamster. Let's see if Luis has the token. Please have the token. Ooh, I'm getting nervous now. It's taking a little long to find it. Oh, there it is. Perfect. The stream is going really well today, chat. I'm feeling good about this channel. All right, plussing Minsk. Boo becomes a 4/4. Passing the turn. Some applause from the chat.
Charlie said
Also two.
Two cards, right?
Shadow's on 0.
Yeah, finally some DCI approved tokens. Chili, if you missed yesterday's stream, it was a disaster. It was a disaster. Tank Terry says, interesting that it's still playable in today's format, referring to Minsk and Boo. Yeah, you see it here and there. There was a time period where it felt like Minsk and Boo was everywhere, but it has subsided a lot. Most events I play in now, I don't see Minsk and Boo on the other side of the board once.
Rhinos Stalker.
Okay, another Stalactite Stalker and passing the turn. No descend. I'm getting a little bit worried about this Minsk and Boo situation now if I'm Herman. Boo is a 4/4. Tricky.
I'm going to crack this in response to this. Number 5.
Did Bowmasters kill the Echo Decks? I think the Echo Decks killed the Echo Decks, if I'm being honest. Wasteland on the Underground Sea, pretty good.
Crack this as well. Just gonna
Hope Luis knows how to assign us at trample damage. We'll find out. We'll find out.
Nice.
Okay, here's Ice on Shadow, something we were worried about early on. Draws a card off that.
yeah.
Minsk and Boo is a 4/4 currently. The Stalactite Stalkers are 3/3 and 1/1. Fetching with Wooded Foothills now. Going down to 10. What will Minsk do this turn?
Go.
So the one on 0. Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, Boo is a 4/4. I think that was just corrected. Maybe they had the die wrong.
Yeah, because with the decay, we would have passed the decay from the graveyard. and that it cannot be countered.
Not quite good enough there.
Trying to figure out what to do with this Minsk and Boo. Still haven't changed the power toughness. It looks like there's an ice and a force of will. Fire ice and a force of will in Luis' hand.
It was my hand. I mean, that game. I guess the one benefit was I was surprisingly resilient to them.
Tap down the shadow. Another ice wins? Possibly.
Can be a problem for you. It's not the main, but the thing is that there's some stuff that is totally useless against it. Yep.
Okay, Boo becomes a 7/7, and we're attacking for 9.
Completely useless. So it's like
2 cards in hand.
Magos is back.
No fling of Boo is happening this turn. 2 cards in Luis's hand. Just blocking there and gonna take 7. Fire you, and that is the match. Luis gets it. Nicely played by Luis. GG's. All right, that was a good one.